In this video, we are going to be talking about everything you need to know about your summer internship. What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Afzal Hussein. You can find out a bit more about me on LinkedIn. Just search Afzal Hussein or follow me on Instagram where I post more frequently. Alternatively, you can check out my website, which is www.afzalhussein.com. Summer internships are starting either next week or the week after. There's thousands of students internationally, globally, UK centric, wherever you are. There are so many summer internships going to be starting, and so I thought I'd do a video today highlighting what you need to know going into your summer internship. I'm going to be doing a video highlighting every single thing you can do in order to convert your summer internship into a full-time offer. So 10 top tips to convert your summer internship into a grad scheme. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video. And if you are subscribed, make sure you turn on the bell, post notifications, so when I release it, you get notified immediately. Summer internships are 8 to 10 weeks long, right? But it's very important that you don't just see it as an 8 to 10 week internship, see it as an 8 to 10 week interview. Because when you go there, from the minute you enter the building to the minute you leave, you're going to be being assessed. People are going to be monitoring how you are, who you hang around with, what you do, how you talk, how you carry yourself, if you produce good quality work, so many things. And it's important to always know that you're being interviewed. Just see it like that. It's an interview. But that works both ways. You don't just want to be being interviewed by the company. It's an opportunity for you to spend 8 to 10 weeks in a global institution and find out if that company is the right company for you. So go in there with an open mind, but always keep in mind this is an 8-week interview or this is a 10-week interview. I need to be on my best behavior. I need to perform extremely well in order to get a return offer. Most graduate analyst roles that are out there in the market will go to summer interns. That's why it's imperative that you do your best to try and get an offer for that. Because if you do your summer internship and you don't get an offer, it's going to be hard to get a grad scheme opportunity. All these companies, they use spring weeks, summer internships as a recruiting funnel for their graduate pool. So it's very important to leverage your position as an intern and make sure you get that graduate offer. A lot of you emailed me, are summer internships paid? Yes, they are paid. Spring insight weeks aren't paid. They're just 1 or 2 weeks, but summer internships, they are paid. The pay works out as you will be earning the same salary as a graduate analyst, but they will just prorata it, so calculate it for the amount of weeks that you're going to be at the company. You're going to have an ID card that gives you access to one of the greatest institutions in the world, right? Make good use of it, take advantage of it, go there, network, meet people, meet lots of people from different divisions, different teams. Try and learn as much as possible, but make sure you understand that for the next 8 to 10 weeks, you're going to be in a company that you will never otherwise have access to. So try and take advantage of that, learn as much as you can, meet as many people, build lots of good relationships. Whether you get a grad scheme offer or not, those relationships will serve you well going on into the future, and you never know when you might need to reach out to someone or when someone might need to reach out to you. And so it's always good to keep those relationships and just build on them as time goes on. One way to make sure you convert your summer internship into a grad scheme is to learn what the graduate analysts are learning. So when you go and join an investment bank full-time, you're going to be, if you're working in the corporate finance division or in the investment banking division, you're going to be doing a lot of financial statement analysis, lots of modeling, lots of valuation, lots of work around mergers and acquisitions. And so if you can get up to speed with the skills that they require as a graduate analyst and display those skills as an intern, you're going to stand out way ahead of the rest of the competition or the rest of the other interns. So one thing to consider doing is focusing on learning the skills that you need as a graduate. Most people can say they've done a degree, they can say they've done an internship or an insight week, but not all graduates or interns can say that they've taken the time to proactively go and do online courses specifically focused on valuation or modeling or corporate finance in general. So it's something worth considering. While we're on the topic, I've put a link in the video description below to a free course on financial statement analysis from Financial Edge Training. So if any of you are interested in corporate finance, financial analysis, financial statement analysis, be sure to check it out. The free taster course that I've linked below reviews the fundamentals of the 3 key financial statements, their composition, and how to interpret them properly. In addition to this, it includes 8 instructor-led videos with precise goals for bite-sized learning, and it has free exercises for you to test out your learning and your knowledge on. So do check it out if that's something you might be interested in. Every investment bank has hundreds of analysts and hundreds of associates. Now, when you join an investment bank as a graduate, after you graduate, you're going to be going through some training. They're going to put you through training that is hosted by companies like Financial Edge Training. So, for example, in the investment banking division, all the analysts and associates will be taught in depth how to do financial modeling, how to do valuation, how to do everything they need to know about financial statement analysis, mergers and acquisitions, so on and so forth. So you get a thorough grounding in corporate finance in your training. Financial Edge Training has a growing library of online courses spanning the spectrum of corporate finance. So it has modules on modeling, valuation, financial statement analysis, mergers and acquisition, and more. So it's literally got everything that you need to know if you're going into corporate finance or investment banking. If you're doing these courses as a student or as an intern, for example, you're going to set yourself way ahead of everyone else, because most people only learn these things when they start in the industry. The main difference between Financial Edge Training and the other online finance course providers is that last year Financial Edge Training worked with 3 of the largest investment banks as rated by the Financial Times, which means Financial Edge Training provided training to over 5,970 interns, analysts and associates. So rest assured you're in safe hands. I'm partnering with Financial Edge Training because I believe there's a lot of value that they can add to my viewers, so you, because a lot of you, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, are interested in going into banking, and so I thought Financial Edge Training, it's a recognized brand in the industry, they work with the biggest and the best investment banks, so it's only right for me to bring them to you and give you a nice discount. So don't go and pay full price for any of their online courses. Make sure you use the code AFSAL25, and that way you can get 25% off any online course purchases that you make. Now, they also sent through a few textbooks and materials, and you can find all of this on their website. I've checked through all of them. It's pretty handy. So they've got 1-pagers on valuation fundamentals, so it's got lots of like equations, important bits and bobs for valuation. It's a valuation fact sheet. They've got a leveraged buyout fact sheet. But once again, it's got all the bits and bobs that you need to know, all the important equations, the basic things that basically when you're an intern or when you're a graduate, these are the things that you would keep in your desk, and instead of asking someone senior and embarrassing yourself, you would look at these and they would literally save your life. So they've got mergers and acquisitions, financial modeling, accounting, and one that I actually use now, Excel shortcuts, Microsoft Word and PowerPoint shortcuts. So those are really handy. And then they also sent 3 books. The first book that they sent is Financial Statement Analysis under IFRS. Now this is basically a handbook. It's one of those ones, again, you just put it in your drawer whenever you need to know anything about financial statement analysis or accounting. You flip through this and you can find everything that you need to know. And the last one, my personal favorite, the Analyst and Associate Guide. And it literally has everything you need if you're an analyst or an associate or an intern in corporate finance, so investment banking division. It has everything you need, so you can flick through. It's got financial statements, income statement, leverage buyouts, transaction comparables, valuation. It's got everything you need in there. So another one, you just whack it in your drawer. You'll see lots of people, even senior employees in these banks, they have key books in their drawers. So whenever they need to remember something, they just pull out the book and, you know, make sure everything is correct. It's always good to have these materials to hand rather than going around looking for them or searching the internet and getting 10 different answers. So those resources are actually pretty handy. And the last one actually is a practice and prepare pack. So they've got this workbook where you can like test yourself on the various questions that they've asked in the previous books. So yeah, if any of that interests you, make sure you check out the website, and if you buy any online courses, before you check out, put the voucher code in AFSAL25 and you'll get 25% off. At the end of your internship, everyone that you've met is going to sit around the table, including someone from HR, Human Resources, and they're all going to discuss whether you should get a full-time offer. So make sure you are on your A game throughout the internship, and everyone that you meet, you have a good relationship with them, because everyone chips in. Even if they're not in your team, everyone chips into the final decision on whether you get hired or not. Now you might be wondering, what actually am I going to be doing on the summer internship? So it's kind of split between these 4 things. The first of which is desk work. So doing random bits and bobs on Excel, on Microsoft Office, on PowerPoint, emails, whatever it is, random bits and bobs for your team. So your analyst, your associate, your VP, MD, they might ask you to do numerous things on the desk. So there's desk work. The second thing you're going to be expected to do is a final project or a summer internship project. This is a very important piece of work because you're going to be working on it throughout your summer internship. And at the end of your summer internship, they're going to ask you to present it to everyone that you've met. Now, they expect that presentation to be flawless. They expect the piece of work that you create to have value add or some benefit to the company while you're there and after you leave. And so it's very important, and it has a huge impact on whether you get an offer or not, because you don't want to show them that you've done a rubbish piece of work for the 10 weeks that you've been there, because that shows that you've wasted your time. There's desk work, there's the individual project, and then there's group project or group work. You might be asked to do some work with some of the other interns, and they want to see how you work in a team, how you work with lots of different individuals. Even if there's a clash of personalities, they want to see if you can work with the other interns and produce a high quality piece of work, whether that be in the form of a presentation or a submission. And then last but not least, this isn't necessarily work, but it's very important, networking. You're going to be expected to meet lots of people, not just within your team, not just within your division, outside your team, outside your division, meeting lots of people across the company to get a feel for the company's culture, meeting lots of interns, analysts, associates, VPs, people across the hierarchy. The reason why it's important for you to network is because you never know where you're going to end up at the end of the internship, whether you get an offer or not. And once again, as I've mentioned previously, it's always good to have these connections because you never know when they might need your help or when you might need their help. So these 4 areas are where you're going to be spending most of your time throughout your summer internship. If any of that has been useful for you, please give this video a thumbs up. It will help me a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so you don't miss next week's video, where I'll be telling you exactly how to convert your summer internship into a graduate scheme offer. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you so much. It would be great if you turn on post notifications, so every time I release a video, you get notified and you don't miss out. To wrap up, I'm partnering with Financial Edge Training, who provide a ton of online courses, a lot of them focusing specifically on corporate finance, and you can get 25% off all of their online courses by using code AFSAL25. In addition to that, make sure you check out the free financial statement analysis course I've linked in the video description below, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace!